Hello and welcome to Lessons in Miracles, where we come every night to discuss the Course in Miracles, focusing on one lesson. I'm Teri Angel, and tonight my beautiful co-host is Auntie Jean Lorio.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
And we have the beautiful Christine Elizabeth
Hello, everyone.
and the beautiful Charlie Chimon.
Hello, everyone.
So tonight, Jean is going to get us started into our hearts and get us prepared for this lesson we're going to discuss. So, Jean, turning it over to you.
Okay. Okay, everyone, I want you to know there's a lighthouse on top of this mountain. And I thought that would be a wonderful backdrop because that's what we are. We're lighthouses. And the lighthouse didn't come out, only the mountain. But that's okay. We can move mountains with our faith. So let's get relaxed, lean into our chairs. And let's put our feet on the floor. Sometimes we forget to do that. And that helps us connect with Mother Gaia. And we can feel her energy entering us from below, from the core of the earth. And we bring that up into our heart. And we open our chakra, our crown chakra, so that spirit enters from above. And they meet inside our heart. And then we are home. We are home in this beautiful place, this peaceful paradise that our love, our faith, our trust in the divine has given us. And we wish this for everyone all over the world. And we are delving into the deepest secrets by studying A Course in Miracles. We are drawing closer and closer to the divine, and our hearts are becoming fuller and fuller, and our understanding is becoming beyond belief. And today we are going to be discussing something that has frightened our world into so many different submissions so that they don't see the truth, and that is death. But we know in our hearts that there is no such thing as death. We know that we are part of God, and God is eternal, everlasting, and so are we. We are the sons, the daughters, the children of God, and we can see with the eyes of Christ the truth beyond the illusion. And when we do, we have such joy, and we know that there is no death, and we know there's no suffering, because God is love, and all He wants for us is joy. And so tonight, as we discuss this topic, we want to keep in His presence. We would want to ask Him and His angels to help us to understand everything that He wants us to understand so that we can be faithful on His plan for all of us. And we can bring light, like those lighthouses, to the world. So let's come back and discuss this, keeping in mind that we are the children of God. Open your eyes. Here we go. and the beautiful Teri will get us started.
Thank you, Jean. That was so beautiful. Uh, it's been a wonderful day for just connecting in with our breath and connecting into our heart. So that was just what was needed for the end of the day. So thank you. This lesson, there is one life, and that I share with God. What a beautiful thought. And from the insights, it says the eternal spirit of God, the eternal spirit of love, is what is true now and forever. My job is to open to this eternal spirit of love. It will wake me up to reality. It is the only life. It will show me the meaninglessness of a pretend life within a world of time and space. This one life is the truth of all that is. It is changeless and eternal. God is everyone's source, and this alone is real. This alone is eternal. This alone cannot die. The Father and the Son are one, and no dreams can change that. My job now is to let go of trying to be different from God. My job now is to open to the truth and be willing to let go of illusions. God is one and cannot be separated. I love that. And I thought I heard somebody come in. Let me just check. Oh, it is our Gracie joining us.
Yay,
Yes, see.
Gracie!
Hi.
Hello, dear Grace.
Hi, my love.
Hi, darling. I'm so glad you're here with us.
Oh, I
So,
am too.
so we're talking still about how there's only love. That's the only thing that's real. And we keep getting out of our hearts and thinking that life has to be so hard. And it really doesn't. We're going to have experiences, yes, but we can go through those with ease and grace if we stay in our hearts and realize that we share everything with God, who is eternal. So I'd love to hear what you all think and what your thoughts are on this lesson. Not everybody at once.
Happy and very joyful and breath.
Beautiful, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. I always say I'm not going to be the first one this time. I'm just not. And then nobody says anything. Chris rescues me every time.
Yeah, Auntie.
Really?
I, at, oh gosh, at times, the wording in this one got me reading it over and over again. And, but what I really felt in this one, I've always believed that there's two forms, there's energy and there's matter. And matter transforms to energy, and energy can transform to matter, but they never go away. They just, it's, and then when I found uh, out about more about God than I knew that He was pure energy and that we were created with that love energy. And so I've come to an even better understanding that that never ends. And I love the line that in the lesson that says, the opposite of life is another form of life. In other words, the life never ends. The life may change. It may change from one kind of life to another kind of life to another kind of life, but it never ends. So, that's so beautiful when you stop to think about it, because it goes on and on and on, and that love is eternal. And that just really was confirmation to me that there is no such thing as death. Not at all. And it's not anything that we can be afraid of. It's not anything that should get in our way of understanding the truth. And it also brings out that we are children of the truth, and I love that we are children of the truth. So anyway,
And
that's what I got from the lesson.
well, Jean, can we think about as we go back into that childlike state of awe and wonder, we see the truth so clearly. There's nothing that's stopping us, nothing distracting us, nothing to say, that's not true, that's not real, like our adult selves do. But as a child, we just trust. And so, yeah, we are children of God. And when we can go back into that childlike energy, that's when we really accept and know that this is true. Yeah, thank you for all your input on that. Charlie, what you got?
Auntie Jean covered it all.
She did a great job, didn't she?
See, that's why I don't want to be first.
Be created in the unity of life that cannot separate in death and leave the source of life from where it came. Yeah, there is no death. We just move on. You know, our soul keeps going. Like the Energizer Buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we just shift.
right.
We shuffle into another room.
Get recharged and come back as another being, creature, whatever. Yeah. Might be an oak tree.
Nice.
Might be a little ant. Big, big buzzing bee. Could even be an Auntie Jean.
Might be a king or a queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chants.
So, yeah, it's just that people, think death is real, but I always thought it was real too. So like taking this course in miracles and you realize, oh wow, you move on, it just sort of reaffirms what most of us already knew, but it goes to great lengths to show us how and why we are what we are, and that we are one with God, and God goes with us wherever we go. God created us, and He's with us, and He'll always be with us. We just walking each other home.
Sure are. Thank you, Charlie. Gracie,
Hi.
hi.
So yes, I come on the tails of Auntie Jean at Charlie and Teri and Christine Elizabeth, and it's amazing. I picked up a few lines here where it says fixed belief ideas can leave their source. Let's see. Ideas remain united to their source. You know, the whole thing of to me, there is death is a word that society that has been used by mankind to to convey, an end. So, for example, in Africa nowadays, we don't say, "Oh, there's been a death." We say there's been a transition,
Mhm.
right? It's a transition. It's a going home, and I felt this was so strong that it was such a poignant reminder that 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 we're here on a journey, and if you understand that, it's like, okay, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but there are certain words. For example, when I think of Prince, the musician who did Purple Rain, I remember when he was found in his elevator and he'd passed, I just saw him as a balloon that had just popped and the gas had just come out. Ooh. So, he had just left. So it's an expiration. And this is what I felt that we're being told here, that we never leave, or that I don't know what I'm trying to say. But here Jesus is telling us we're the ones who think that we're separate from source, from God. Um but we are not. And that um there are words that we hear and sentences that we hear, but we don't really, either we let them go by, or we don't quite understand them. For it says over here, there's one that says, "Nor will we let imagined opposites to life abide even an instant, where the thought of life eternal has been set by God Himself." We're constantly told that, you know. So to me, it was just wonderful that there are those things that said, "The Lord of Life." What is that? That's our source. Anyway, I don't know what I was trying to say, but that's what it resonated with me, because I'm not I think I know the big picture of the journey. I think we all know it, and this is just a reminder that we're not separate. We're one. We came from source, and we'll go back to source, but we're not dead. It's just that we have transitioned to somewhere that we know, home, and then we come, we're learning, and then we go home. Anyway, let me stop there. Sorry.
Thank you, and thank you all for your input on this.
You know what I'm seeing it as like? This is. I'm sorry, Gracie. I got to be crazier than any explanation. That's my job, to be the crazy one. But you know how they do these modern graphics now, where they'll get something like say it starts off like a ball, and then it'll move and it'll go and it'll transform into something long, then turn around and transform again into something different,
Yeah.
and then transform. It's they're really beautiful to watch.
Mm,
That's the way I'm seeing our life,
mhm,
our energy, that it's this, it never stops, it just changes and transitions and moves and flows, and it's going to do that forever.
Mhm.
It's never going to stop. It's just going to flow and be beautiful always. Anyway.
Always. Thank you, Jean. Well, we're going to go to the next lesson, which is 168, and we're going to focus on that for tomorrow. I am going to read the insights for this one because it's so beautiful. The lesson is: Your grace is given me, I claim it now. Thinking I am an individual, separate from my brothers and from God, is a mistake. Thinking my brothers are their bodies or their personalities is a mistake. Believing in separation is a mistake. This mistake will continue until I accept and claim God's grace. It is through God's grace that I receive the means for laying down these illusions, these mistakes. So my focus now is on claiming the grace God has given me. God has already given me the means by which I lay illusions down, but I have to be willing to claim God's gift. That is my job now. Because I am so familiar with mistaken thinking, I need to return again and again to opening to God's gift. As I claim God's gift, I receive it. As I receive God's gift, the light I receive causes my false ideas to disappear. When the false ideas disappear, the effect of holding on to those false ideas also disappear. When the false ideas disappear, the effect of holding on to those false ideas also disappears. Think about that for a minute. I'll just stop the reading for just a minute. Think about, we have these false ideas, and when they disappear, that just brings everything into 0 point, where we're like, oh, I don't need to think that way anymore. That was a fault. That was a mistake. So I am then able to see the light behind the mask of individual personalities and individual bodies. I am able to focus on the truth instead of the lies of separation. In this stage of my awakening, I seem to wobble back and forth between making illusions real and remembering the truth that all is one in God. This lesson is giving me the answer to every problem I think I have. This lesson teaches me to open to God's gift of grace, whereby the means are given to me to lay illusions down once again. I need to open to God's gift of grace again and again until all my belief in separation is undone. This is a process. Instead of feeling guilty for my mistakes, I recognize them as mistakes, and with God's grace, I lay them down. This is my one function, being willing to claim God's grace, which provides the means for me to lay down all errors in thinking. I have the means to remember I am free. I just need to claim it. This lesson is reinforcing the immediacy of salvation, of complete release from all fear and guilt. I need only acknowledge and accept it, and it is mine because it has already been given to me. In today's lesson, God's grace means to me that He would not let me wander off into insanity without giving me the means to return to sanity. In our creation, He gave us all of Himself, including all of His power. Thus, when we choose in our insanity to misdirect that power, He could not interfere with that choice, or He would be making of us a lesser order of power. We would no longer be equal in power as He created us. But by His grace, the moment we made the mistaken choice, we were given the means to undo the mistake. We still need to make the choice to let it be undone, but the means is already given. My heart is filled with gratitude that I have a Father so loving that He was unwilling to make me lesser than He is, and equally unwilling to leave me comfortless and without a means to return to Him. The Holy Spirit is His answer to all my mistaken ideas. My only need is to acknowledge my mistakes and accept the means for them to be undone. I cannot undo them alone. To attempt to do so is to reject the means He gave me. Rather, I need to accept His help, and it will be done for me. As long as I continue to believe in false ideas and desire that they be true, I will not accept the means for them to be undone. My part in healing is very simple: acknowledge my mistakes and accept the means for them to be undone. This is the willingness that Holy Spirit needs. With this willingness, the rest is done for me. Today, I will practice being mindful with the Holy Spirit's help to recognize my mistaken ideas and then turn them over to Him and let His light shine them away. This is my job today, and I give thanks that I have the means to be free. Your grace is given me. I claim it now. Father, I come to you, and you will come to me who ask. I am the son you love. This is so inspiring. I know what the poets mean when they say, it makes my heart soar, because that is exactly how I feel each time I say this prayer. So I want to read that prayer again, and as you do the lesson tomorrow, think about these words. Your grace is given me. I claim it now. Father, I come to you, and you will come to me who ask. I am the son you love. I love that prayer. And you can, if you don't want to say son, you can say daughter. It doesn't matter. Words are words. The feeling and the emotion and the intention is what matters. So I love this. I think that's going to be a beautiful way for us to really connect tomorrow and understanding the grace of God and that all these illusions, we can stay caught up in them if we want to. It's our choice. Or we can accept the grace of God and say, no, I'm going to let that go. I'm going to lay it down. And everything that I considered to be real, which was part of the illusion, I'm going to let it go and stay in grace. So I'm looking forward to this one tomorrow, you guys. All right, we're going to change hats.
Okay.
Going to get into our chanting tonight. And our first chant is Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And Auntie Jean, would you like to lead us in how we're going to do this?
Absolutely. Okay. Now, this chant is a chant that's going to remove things from our minds and heart and make room for truth and love to come in. So, we're going to do it 3 times slowly and make declarations with each chant. And then we're going to complete the 108 as is customary. So, we are declaring that we are removing all obstacles from our hearts and our minds. Om Gam Namaha. And secondly, we are removing all barriers. Barriers are things that we or other people have set up to stop us from learning the truth. So we're getting rid of all those too. Om Namaha. And then lastly, but most importantly, we are getting rid of all the illusions. And once we get rid of those, then the truth becomes apparent. So, Om Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Namaha.
Gam
Om
Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam 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 Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Gam Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om
Namaha.
Gam
Om
Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Ganapataye
Om Gam Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
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 Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
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 Namaha.
Om
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Let's breathe into our heart centers. Just feel the emotion there. love lifting us up, creating so much joy, knowing that we are free, free from those illusions of death, suffering, free from the illusion of separation, and knowing that we belong into the oneness. This chant has helped us to understand that it's all inside of us. And when we throw all of that thought out the window of being separate, of having obstacles and having barriers, then we are lifted higher in our frequency. So it's in that high vibration. We're going to go into our next chant. Our chant is Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And Jean, please tell us about this chant.
Okay. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, the miracle chant, is a chant that brings in all the love and miracles from our Divine Father. I also like to call it the love chant because millions of people all over the world say this with love every day to bring peace and joy and love to our planet. So we're going to do it the same way. We're going to do 3 very slowly, making declarations, and then we're going to finish up the 108. So the first thing we're declaring is that everyone is accepting, aligning, allowing, and awake. Nam
Nam
And secondly, we are declaring that everyone is happy and healthy and free from allergies. Nam And lastly, we are declaring that we are living in love, in peace, in harmony, and free of all suffering, and most especially free of the illusions of this world. And that's what we want for everyone. Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo,
Renge
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo,
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Myoho Renge Kyo, Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam
Nam
Myoho.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Let's go back into our hearts again. Let's breathe in that beautiful energy of love. Breathe in the light. We're going to connect in to who we truly are. And in that knowingness of who we are, we recognize our Creator. And we chant every night the chant of Om, which is the cosmic sound for God. And then we stay in our hearts and just find that peace inside of us that we're going to share out into the world. So take a breath in and let's begin the chanting of Om. Om. Hold that love very tightly in your heart. Give it a squeeze, give it a hug as you're going to send it out on a mission. This mission we are giving it is to go out into the world, shine a light. Whoever may need that special touch, that confirmation that they're not alone, whoever needs that light to be turned on, we send this love out on that mission to touch hearts, to connect hearts, to bring a sense of peace over every being on our planet. Om Shanti Shanti.
Chanting.
Peace,
Peace.
peace, peace, and
Peace.
peace prevail on our earth. Om
Amen.
Shanti. Every night we declare that, don't we, Christine?
Yeah, we are honor. We do this every night as a peace on 1, 2, 3.
We
We
declare
declare
that
the
there is
That is
peace on earth,
on
and we
and
declare that
this
peace
peace
begins
begins
inside
inside us. So it is
always.
forever.
And forever.
Uh,
Amen.
on
Amen.
And where peace movement, a group inside a peace movement that's doing this for 1,126 days now.
no.
And that group movement is known as the
The
The peace
Peace
for
for
peace.
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 Yes.
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 And Terry's a P, and Charlie's a P, and Chris is a P, and so is Sunny, even though we hardly ever see her. And Gracie's a P, and I'm Auntie Jean P, and Ringo's over there, and he's a P. And we have P's all over the world. And if you're listening to this, you're a P too.
Two.
And since we have so many all over the world, we're just asking is wouldn't you like to be a P too?
Two.
So that we can all bring peace and love to the earth faster, faster, faster. And we love you all. We thank you all for being here and be kind. And thank goodness we have our Gracie here today.
Yes,
So,
Yeah.
Gracie, are you up to singing, hon?
I will get some help from Christine Elizabeth and all of you because
Yeah.
Oh,
The hills are
like the
wide.
hills are alive.
with the
With the
sound
sound
of
of
chanting
Chanting.
and
and
the
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 spring
spring
sprinkle
of
of
new
peace
peace
leaves.
and the
and
oh,
the
smile
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 on faces.
faces.
because peace is
Peace
The
is coming
coming
joy
around
around
on
the
our
on
corner.
land.
land.
When we chant,
Peace is
Yeah.
Peace is
coming
coming
around
around
on
the
our land.
corner.
when we chant,
Peace is
Peace is
coming
around
around
the
our
corner.
smile
the
on
I
smiles
our
on
faces.
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 Peace is
Peace
coming
is
around
Around
Come
coming
round
around
the
our
the
land.
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 and be
Be kind.
Kind.
kind. Thank
Kind.
you. Yay. Thank you.
Yay. Oh, thank you all. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We're missing our little Miracle Marlene. I don't know where she's at tonight.
Yeah.
Marlene, we're thinking of you, and our Karen. Karen, I hope you had a wonderful time tonight, and we really did miss you, but we'll see you tomorrow.
No.
So come back tomorrow and join with us, and we'll do it all over again.
Then.
And we leave you with
Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Good
Good
night.
night, everybody. What a great night together. Thank
Wherever
you for
you
being here.
are.
Good
Bye,
night.
Good
everyone.
night. We love you.